President Trump has called for Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson to be jailed, accusing them of obstructing federal immigration enforcement. The remarks came after both officials opposed his decision to deploy National Guard troops to the Chicago area to protect federal personnel and immigration and customs enforcement facilities. Pritzker and Johnson condemned Trump's comments as authoritarian and filed a lawsuit challenging the deployment, arguing it violates constitutional limits on federal power. About 500 Guard members from Illinois and Texas have been positioned near Chicago while the legal dispute continues. Similar lawsuits in states such as Oregon have already blocked the comparable troop deployments ordered by the administration. Mediators say Israel and Hamas have made progress toward a phased ceasefire deal aimed at ending the conflict in Gaza. The talks, led by the United States, Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey, have produced what officials describe as a tentative framework for a first-stage agreement. Under the proposal, Hamas would release about 20 surviving hostages, and Israel would begin a limited withdrawal of ground forces to designated positions inside Gaza. Both sides have signaled conditional approval, though final terms have not been signed. Disputes remain over the total number of hostages to be freed, Israel's long-term military presence, and who would administer Gaza once fighting stops. Hamas is seeking written guarantees that Israel will uphold the deal, while Israeli leaders want international oversight to verify compliance. Officials involved in the talks say momentum has improved after months of deadlock, but warn that mutual distrust and security concerns could still derail the process. Both Japan and France are facing heightened political uncertainty following leadership upheavals and fractured coalitions. In Japan, the ruling Liberal Democratic Party has elected Sanae Takaichi as its new leader, positioning her to become the country's first female prime minister. Her appointment follows weeks of internal disputes and poor election results that cost the party its upper house majority. Coalition partner Komeito has expressed unease over her nationalist policy positions, raising doubts about her ability to maintain unity and push legislation through the Diet. In France, Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu resigned less than a day after naming his cabinet, plunging President Emmanuel Macron's government into crisis. Macron has given Lecornu 48 hours to negotiate a new coalition to avoid early elections. The political standoff has stalled the 2026 budget, intensified opposition to pension reforms, and prompted credit agencies to warn of growing fiscal risk. Both governments now face critical weeks ahead, Japan to rebuild parliamentary stability, and France to prevent another round of elections that could deepen public discontent. The federal government remains partially shut down after Congress and the White House failed to agree on a funding bill before the October 1st deadline. Negotiations have stalled over spending levels and healthcare subsidies, with no vote scheduled to reopen agencies. Roughly half of IRS employees have been furloughed, slowing taxpayer services and enforcement. The Department of Health and Human Services has placed about 41% of its staff on leave, affecting research and public health programs. Economic data releases from the Labor and Commerce departments have also been suspended, making it harder to assess inflation and job trends. A White House memo warns the shutdown could cut up to $15 billion from weekly economic output. The administration has also raised uncertainty over whether furloughed workers will receive back pay, breaking from previous shutdowns. Several state-level programs, including transit and energy projects, have paused due to frozen federal funds, and economists warn the economic impact will intensify if the impasse continues.